Football season is back. I mean, there's so much going on right now. I mean, we got training camp. Terry hasn't signed. He bitched about it. Doesn't go to camp. Comes to camp. Now we got some extra stuff going on outside of the Commanders. Then we got people starting. We got people not starting. We got people that's going to make the scene who's not going to. It's a lot of shit going on right now. And I'm all here for it. And I got some folks to come around and talk about it too. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Off the Bench, episode 41, Summer Days. Let's get to it. What up, what's good, what's happening? It's your boy Big Herb here, and welcome to another episode of Off the Bench. We are on the road to 500 subs, so be sure to smash that like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave a comment in the comment section, because I know y'all got some takes on what we're talking about today. So, before we get into anything, let me start off by this. Our two guests today, number one, they're the dynamic duo when it comes to hot takes because they're hotter than fish grease. Number two, if you see them, anytime there's a situation going on with the team, they boost to the ground. Also, they're the Kobe and Shaq of this Commander content situation that's going on. Half the hosts from the Burgundy Breakdown. Give it up to my guys, reedieandzee. What's going on, fellas?
Yo, what's up, bro? Appreciate that intro. I love it. Love it. We might need to clip that up and add it to our intro.
Appreciate you, bro, man.
No problem, man. Appreciate y'all, man. First things first, like I said in the last video for the vlog, I gotta appreciate my guys because they were the ones who hand me out the ticket for the training camp the other day. I ain't even gonna lie, I definitely felt like I could just walk up in there. What they gonna do? They gonna tell me to go back home? No, you still need that ticket. that parking ticket definitely needed to be had because I had to park across in that little mall area and everything and walk my ass all the way over. But strangely, they ain't even asking my ticket. But I mean, that's besides the point. But I appreciate you, fellas.
Yeah, next time, remind me, and we could just screenshot you to we'll talk off here about that. I ain't gonna give away the figures.
The fact that y'all gave me a lifeline, man. That's the only thing I really care about.
Question.
Yeah.
All love, bro.
I appreciate that. So, ladies and gentlemen, these guys were boots to the ground today at training camp. So, fellas, you want to fill us in on exactly what took place?
Go ahead, Reedy.
So for today, I mean, it was a little of, what we've been seeing the last, week or so that we've been out there since training camp open for the fans. A couple of things, it was a lot of 9 balls that was thrown today by 5, but a lot of drops between Moore and Ja'Cory Brooks. Debo had a fabulous catch that he went to the ground. If he stays on his feet, that's 6. Kaz Allen ended the practice today with like a wheel route out of the backfield, like a 60-yarder for a touchdown. The usual suspects, Luke McCaffrey had a couple of catches, but he looks a little bit like he's thinking too much when he's in traffic or whatever. I mean, I don't know if he gets smacked if it's, if they had pads on because they didn't have pads on today. The defense, as we've been talking all weekend, we've been talking on Monday Command yesterday, as well as the other show we talked about the other day. The defense, that secondary is looking amazing out there, as advertised. Amos had a couple pass breakups, and then Mikey just banned Mikey. And then guys like Noah I and stuff like that flashed. So it's going to be tough sledding as it relates to this defensive backfield when it comes down to cuts, because there's so much depth, so much talent out there across the field. You really couldn't really see too much about, with the defensive line and the offensive line because there was no pads today. So it was like, it was kind of like, a wash in a sense with that. But Also, Five had a couple of runs that he escaped and got away. And I was telling Z in the stands, I'm like, bro, he's jogging and he's still running away from people. He's not even full speed. He's like jogging, like playing with him. And it's just like, bro, like what's going on?
Yeah. Reedy pretty much summed it up. The only thing that I could add to that is that, with the absence of Terry, I would say that the offense definitely isn't as fluent. It's not that much cohesiveness to it. I mean, you still going through your plays and then getting other guys in the mix, but overall, you definitely need Terry out there because it will definitely help with some of the other routes. Like we said, we ran a lot of nines today, and there was a lot of drops. Wherever we know that's Terry's route right there. He 11-9 route. As well as, but with his absence, it does get us a chance to show, and see some of these other guys. So, like you mentioned, Ja'Cory, Chris Moore. I forget, I don't even know who number 6 is, but he was in there. He had a cool catch over the middle as well.
That was a dude who made the catch by Hartman in the touchdown. Oh no, that was number 10.
Come on the first day?
On the day that we was out there.
I remember Lane making a touchdown and Strachan.
Oh yeah, the Strachan was the guy that made the touchdown. Yeah,
Strachan. I can't get his name right for save my life.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it was, everything else. The defense is stout, and like you said, them DBs are definitely deep. And Noah I has the last 2 practices, yesterday and today, he's flying around. He's been real physical, so he's definitely trying to make this team.
So one last thing I would add though, like Strachan has also kind of flashed a little bit. So we got to kind of say that, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Given he might be a practice squad guy. Z was telling me in the stands today, I'm not going to take credit for it. Z definitely alluded to that and said that he thinks he's going to be a practice squad because we don't think it's going to be enough. But Ja'Cory Brooks is like, his separation when he gets open, even on his underneath routes, is just like insane. Like, so the only thing I think he needs to, that I've seen the last 3 days, he just needs to show up his catching. If he shows up his catching, there's no reason why this undrafted free agent should not make this 53-man roster.
Yeah, it's kind of just shocking to see that he was actually available. I mean, because I thought that he was at least going to be a 4th or 5th round pick after the year he had at Louisville. But like you guys were alluding to earlier with the Terry situation. So yesterday, some news came out that could potentially botch the whole entire deal for Terry's leverage. Cortland Sutton just got a new deal with the Broncos. I believe it's 4 years, $92 million. The details have not come out yet. And I think AP has something to do with that part a little bit because you telling me a guy who's been with that team when they won the Super Bowl some years ago, you telling me that he doesn't have any ties to any of those guys over there who can get a little bit, hey, what's going on with this situation over there so I could try to work something out with my deal over here with Terry. And I mean, you have a situation with Cortland Sutton. We all know here, this is not biased opinion. This is just Terry is a better receiver than Cortland Sutton. But also, you're looking at a situation where they're the same exact age. I think, what are they, like probably a month or 2 apart?
29, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, and dealing with the fact statistically, there's leverage for the Commanders with AP to be able to say, well, dude, you basically put up the same stats. You had 1 extra catch and about 17 extra yards than him. But the touchdown that will give you, like, you had 5 more than him. So, I mean, you're basically kind of like the same player, even though, I truly feel Terry left a lot on the field, but I'm not going to take that away from him. I mean, he's definitely put out a lot of plays. I mean, you think about the plays, like when I was in New Orleans, he should have at least been over 200 yards with at least 2 of those drops or overthrows that happened his way. You think about the Cleveland game where he had that bomb. He really should have took that in the end zone. You had the whole entire situation with was it the Bears? He had a long bomb on there. He could have took that to the house. You look at Tampa Bay. He should have took that to the house. I mean, there's been plenty of times where Terry left stuff on the field, but we're not going to sit here and act like Terry ain't that dude for this team. He's definitely the number 1 target. He also has been a stellar player and on and off the field. with this team. Honestly, if you're asking me, I think that he deserves the new contract. He deserves to get 30 million a year. I'll even negotiate 31 and a half or maybe 32. But that's my cutoff. You're not good enough to the point to where you need to be making close just because you maybe think that you're better than DK, and I would think that we think the same thing. You're not 33 because he's 27. He's younger, and also the fact of the matter is you're asking for CD Lamb money. I'm sorry, dude. You're not making that much money to that point because that's like flirting around with Justin Jefferson's money. You're not there yet, and at this point, at 30, I don't think he's ever going to hit that part. I think that he deserves a new contract. I think he deserves 30. But enough of what I think. What you guys think?
I would say that, early on, I always said that, I think a good number for Terry would be around 33 after, once DK signed that deal because he's better. I understand that, the market. I mean, when you got the agents and the players are going to play the market, and rightfully so, as they should. Then on the flip side of it, yes, Terry is 30, DK is 27. With me, I don't really look at Terry's age as an issue, simply because he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career. He finally has, a premier quarterback, and he don't look like he's slowing down at all.
No.
So, in that case, I'm okay with giving Terry at least 33. I was saying my max will be 34, 35. Which puts him, CDs at 34, Jefferson's at 35, puts you right in there. I mean, 30 million. I mean, I feel like 30 million. If we can get him at 30 million, great. But it's been talks that we may be offering 27, 28.
Yeah,
and I think that's just like totally
that's wild.
disrespectful. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's going to get Terry signed. We had a good talking episode last night with Lake Lewis, and he definitely gave us some perspectives to consider. And with Terry, yes, you are in a position to contend for a Super Bowl. So maybe you should consider taking a little less. I personally don't think his little less should be less than 30 though. So if he and the key thing, Shefty said he thinks Terry wants
exactly.
it. So that's heavy in the rumor, in the rumor. So I don't think it's facts. But we'll see. And it's like, where did this come from? A lot of people saying, what if AP kind of threw that out there to finally like leak something? I don't know, but I think the team wants to do well by Terry, and they just gotta figure it out. But it is in a lot of emotions involved right now, and Buddy Baker has got Terry all over the place.
Reedy.
He said it all. I agree to a certain extent. I also, now that this Courtland Sutton deal has come down and where you can make a comparison to their statistics and things of that nature, like I would say that he is far better than Sutton. He is kind of comparative to a DK Metcalf as far as production and things of that nature. But, Courtland Sutton is younger. So I think the outlier that's really messing Terry up is his age. He's getting ready to turn 30 in September. So with that being said, I think that's the true crux of the problem. Terry probably wants term, and they're probably not. You're probably looking like, okay, we got to pay Jaden in 2 years. We got to possibly pay Debo next year. We got to possibly pay Laramie Tunsil if he's what we think he's going to be. They got to pay Frankie Louisville soon. Then they're also going to have to pay Marshawn Lattimore if he turns up this year. Yep. I don't think B-Rob resigns next year here. Unless it's like something cheap, but I don't foresee it. I mean, this will be his first contract since his rookie deal, so he's trying to get some money. It's a lot of unknowns because of the structure of the roster, and when you're a team that continuously 2 years that this regime has been in state, you give 1 year contracts, that kind of puts you in a pickle a little bit. You know what I mean? Because you got so many guys coming up for contracts, at the same time. And it's only but so much money in the pot that you got to allocate for. And, the elephant in the room is Jaden is going to get an astronomical contract in a few years. He's going to reset the whole entire market. The whole entire market. It's going to be crazy. If he continues on his upward trajectory. So with that being said, I think I would say like you got to give Terry 30, 31, 32 range. Make it like incentive based or something like that. But I'm kind of like leaning towards the idea now of at this point kind of structure his deal like they did Debo. Just make the contract fully guaranteed, sweeten the deal with a whole bunch of incentives if we make it to the NFC Championship game or if we go to a Super Bowl based off of touchdowns. He set the franchise record last year. So like let's see Terry go up in receptions. Let's see Terry go up in yards and things of that nature. And I think run it back next year and see what happens. I mean, but ultimately you're kicking the can down the road. But then you could also be in that situation and really see, is he worth franchise tagging? Is he really a top 5 receiver in this league? So I said I need one more year to see if I'm ready to say that he's ultimately a top 5. He's definitely in the top 10, but ultimately top 5. He got to put up the same numbers or better. I would say better than he did last year.
Yeah, I mean, and just looking at it, just a few things. Number one, I don't think he's ever went over 85 catches in a year. I think the max yardage that he's ever had was like 1,100 yards. And it's not saying that he's not capable. You look at the quarterbacks he had before Jaden came out here. And like I said earlier, he was a couple plays away from going I'd say at least about having 13 to 1,400 yards on this season. My whole entire thing as far as this is concerned, I think his agent is well over his head in this because I mean, you looking at it like Terry is his golden goose when it comes down to trying to get a new deal done and everything. And you gotta, and it's I'm not sitting there trying to shit on Buddy Baker, but at the same time, it's also like, hey, we gotta. This is legit questions that we dealing with right here. Like Terry is good. We're not saying that he's not a top 10 receiver. Unbiased opinion, I think he is a top 10 receiver. Do I think that he's worth, hey, I need to be flirting around with CD Lamb money? Nah, bro, you ain't never had that type of year. See, as much as we don't like Dallas over here, I got to give credit when credit's due. CD is that dude.
So we kind of, not to cut you off her, but we kind of had an argument with our uncle the other day because he was trying to call and say Terry was better than CD Lamb. And I'm like, you got to call a spade, Cowboys fan or not. He is not as good as CD Lamb. And he was trying to make the comparison of the statistics and all of this, that, and the third. And I'm like, it doesn't pass the eye test. He's like, Reedy, what's the eye test? I'm like, the eye test is what I see on the field. And then his argument was that he does a lot of his work in the slot. I don't care where he does his work at. He's doing work. And Terry is not at that level to even make that comparison. So we can't even think about that type of money. He's not even in that upper echelon of receivers. And last year, CeeDee Lamb had a down year. And I still think he's one of the top receivers. He's 4 or 5 right now.
Mm-hmm.
You take the top 3, Chase, Justin Jefferson, and whoever else you want to put after that. But I put him probably like around 5.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you think about it, yeah. I mean, it's a lot to go into that, and because I'm telling you guys, we could literally talk about this situation all day. But one thing I did want to ask you guys, because obviously you guys were out there today. I was out there with y'all on Sunday. And the one thing that has been consistent this whole entire time, this defense is playing lights out. I mean, the way that they are playing right now, I mean, you have guys who are built like fucking elephants out there on the defensive line and just being able to just do whatever it is they want to do. And I mean, you looked at the whole entire situation last year where we was not able to stop the run whatsoever, but we were still a pretty good defense. And I mean, just imagine just looking at what AP did this year, this offseason, being able to go ahead and pick up he wanted to get really hefty guys and go ahead and build up that defensive line. So this way you don't have Saquon Barkley or anybody else just running all over you. I think that they did a great job getting guys like Dietrich Wise. What's a man that was in New York last year? We just picked him up. Dang it, his name's eluding me right now. But
in New York.
Who?
Are you talking about with the Jets?
Yeah.
Was it Goldman?
Goldman was with Atlanta.
No, Gold was with Atlanta, and then Eddie Martin.
No, I'm talking the dude we just spent 15 a year on.
Oh, Kinlaw.
Javon Kinlaw coming in, and everybody just looks athletic, and I'm trying to make sure I don't say anything worthy on it. But you got a lot of big dudes on the line. You got your linebackers are a lot quicker. I mean, you still got two second team all pro with Louisville and B-Wag. You also got the secondary is playing out of his mind right now. I mean, we just wanted to make sure that Marshawn Lattimore was healthy. He looks good out there. You want and then you wanted to see the how Frozone was gonna do it. He looked like he was killing it like he did at Michigan. And then you got what's his name, Famous Amos over there doing whatever the hell he wants to do over there. And even what you guys talking about, Noah Igbenogany is just balling out there. And I'm just thinking, like, man, what could this defense really look like? We only need them to just make sure that, hey, don't have the offenses do whatever they want and just get the ball over to JD5 and we should be good. I mean, this defense looks amazing. What's your takes on it?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely like, you know, last year being the offense being the high power and the defense being, you know, kind of on the back end. To have an upgraded defense, especially in the secondary, was key. All last year we talked about, you know, the Forbes, the St. Jude's, the Michael Davises, like guys that were just getting burnt toast week in, week out. Three guys that are no longer here. You know what I mean? And on top of that, having Lattimore who was injured. So to come back this year with a fresh Lattimore, to get, you know, a super steal in Amos in the second round, you know, moving Mikey to his original place, and then still in free agency, you bring in a veteran like Jonathan Jones, a seasoned vet. You bring Noah I back and bump him down. So you're talking about 5 corners that can ball. You know what I mean? And that helps you out a lot. Jones can play a little safety. You can move guys around. They all can be on the field at the same time, depending on, you know, the defensive packages. But it allows us to be creative. And I've said this for a while. And, you know, with Lattimore stepping up and being, you know, the lead dog and doing this thing, everybody else, it just makes the entire defense that much better. Because, you know what I mean, we can run more man. Like our observation today, he was like, man, this team loves man coverage. I mean, but we got the luxury to do that now. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can blitz. They working on packages to, you know, get Mikey back into the nickel and, you know, blitz him. You know what I mean? Move Louisville and put him down on the line so he can rush more. So as long as Lattimore holds his home, the 10 other positions, it makes the 10 other positions that much easier. And I think the defense will, you know, turn up. But overall, I'm excited to see it. But and even today, like, you know, another observation from Reedy, he was like, man, just look at Joe Witt, man. He is energized. He is on it. So Joe Witt is pumped. He's trying to get his defense back to where it was kind of early on in Dallas and kind of show that he know what he's doing out there.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really take too much. I mean, I don't really take too much from what I've seen thus far in his training camp as it relates to the defense. Normally, you know, year in and year out, the defense is going to be a little bit ahead of the offense, you know, because offense is about spacing and timing. And I feel like maybe they don't have all of that down pack yet. But I think as the year progressed, the offense is going to be uber dynamic. So I don't think that I mean, yes, it looks like they're ahead, but in reality, are they really ahead? Because they're not showing us nothing that's probably going to be run. This is just all vanilla stuff, little stuff that they may run it once or twice this year. Probably not. They're not going to get into what they plan on running until there's no cameras around, because they don't want to show anything. So I'm not, ultra worried about, the offense or whatever. But I am happy that the defense has taken the next step, and we brought guys in like Von Miller, like you guys said, Javon Kinlaw, Eddie Goldman, Jacob Martin. We brought in Will Harris on the back end. We signed Trey Amos, just to mention a few. And then we also still got guys coming back. You got Kane Madrano that can play all over the field. He could possibly play safety and linebacker. Then you got Jordan McGee, Dominic Hampton. You got guys that can play all over the defense. So I'm just excited for our depth on our defense. And I think it's going to be up for us, comparative to last year. And I think we got a lot bigger up front in the trenches, and I think it's going to pay dividends. This defensive line is going to be able to, get after the runner, and hopefully we can get out after the passer. But it also will keep those linebackers clean so they can flow and make tackles.
So I mean, so just to double go back on this, Reedy. So you think if Terry was in there, the offense will make the defense look a little bit back to normal or something like that?
I don't know. But the offense has its moments. It's just a lot of drops. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like 5 is all of the quarterbacks are putting that ball on a rope. Like it's just some drops and some key timely positions with some of these receivers that's probably not going to be in there. But all of the ones that I'm saying, like that goes to Debo and people that's possibly going to be starters, they're coming down with these catches. He's putting it in places where they can go get it. As you seen when you were there with us Sunday when Jay Lane went up in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, made a fantastic catch.
That looked like it was a pick all day.
Yeah.
He's the only one that came down with it. It was like you see on NFL films when fingers just waving across, and it's like an inch, and
it's like the catch with San Fran and everything like that. Yeah. So
yeah, it's crazy. But I mean, I can't definitively say if Terry was in there, it would be different, because obviously that's one player, but that does take away reps from some of the other players. But I think the first team looks good, but it's drops all through between the first team, second team, third team, and all, even the fourth team. So, it
concentration situation.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just a catching situation, because I think Moore, he was dead to rights. Jaden put that ball in a place where over the shoulder, he just dropped it. I couldn't believe that he just dropped it. Like you can't get you can't get a better ball than he gave him on that ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just dropped it. Like, I don't know. Then, Michael Gallup, he kind of he's not looking what I expected Michael Gallup to look. They took a few shots to him. It's just like, the ball was overthrown a little bit, but that was like, your second and your third, QB's throwing it. But when Jaden is out there and he's throwing the ball, man, it's on the money. And these guys are just dropping it.
Yeah, but one person I feel like throughout this training camp that has not dropped off at all, gotta give credit to Bill. Ja'Cory Crosskey-Merritt is just balling out there. I mean, it almost looks like he's gonna be the number one, and you get to a point to where it's like, well, when you play these preseason games, we only gonna probably, I don't even see him if he stays on the same trajectory that he is right now. I don't even see him playing game 3, because they're gonna look at him like, oh, we got a stud here. And I mean, you look at it as far as like there was some packages that they couldn't even run because the personnel that they had couldn't even do what Ja'Cory does. And I mean, it's just like, man. So what do y'all think as far as how Bill has been playing this preseason, as far as in practice and everything? He could open up this offense potentially. What's your thoughts on that?
So let me go first, Z, because I don't want to seem, because I know what Z's going to say. And Reedy. Y'all know Reedy. I know I gotta stir the pot. I love Bill.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I love Bill, right? I love Bill. But I'm not ready to,
How?
I love him. I do. I think he's a good back, but I'm just proceeding with caution. That's all. Proceeding with caution. Like, I think what we saw you know, as a former running back and as a running backs coach, I mean, it's little league, but as a coach, I can see things. And they're only going for a third. They're not bringing a runner to the ground. So a lot of times we see him break away or something like that, but he would already been tackled. So we can't definitively say like he would have got out of that. Like, I'm not saying nothing spectacular. Like, yes, he runs very hard. Yes, he has a burst that we haven't seen. Yes, he looks the part. But I'm not ready to say that he's going to come in and take somebody's spot and just get rid of Austin Eckler and get rid of Brian Robinson Jr. And, he may bypass Chris Rodriguez. He may bypass McNichols. But I'm not ready. He's definitely going to make the roster. But I'm not ready to say that he's going to be the number one like Z is predicting he's the number one, the RB1. I'm not ready to say that. Like, he has looked good. But I'm just saying, I need to see it in a preseason game. And that's even tough seeing it in a preseason game. But I just need to see it when they're making full tackles and they're really trying to hit you. They're really trying to take your head off. That's what I need to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely think that from what I've seen thus far, he will be on this team. He will contribute, but I'm not ready to say he's going to be the starter. I'm not even going to do that. So Z and he's a Z guy. I'm not saying he's not a real guy, but I'm just proceeding with cautious. Like, it's just like over the top. Like, you're ready to make this determination too early. Like, let's just slow down a little bit. Let's wait. And I'm taking the wait and see. And Z's gonna get on here. He's gonna say, "Nah, really, he trying to play both sides because then if he don't do this, I got an option to come back and say, yeah, Reedy knows. I told y'all that." That's what he's gonna say. So don't believe the hype. Don't believe the bluff from Z.
Okay, Coach Dennis Green. He said, "You want to crown them? To crown their ass." The take Z.
All right, so yeah, Reedy just said it all for himself in reference to the fact of he's definitely trying to, with throw a buffer out there. He's trying to, he's trying to make sure that he's playing it safe. He started the year, letting us know like, okay, he's pretty much been staying still on that part. Like, all right, look, I got to see more. I got to see more, and it continued to be that and be that. I made a bold prediction. I'm just going to straight up say it. From seeing his college tape, yes, he didn't play last year, which I'm going to roll with and say he's fresh. You know what I mean? So he had a year off. He was fresh. MVP of the Shrine Bowl. He had when he came in, like, just what he brings to the backfield, like you mentioned, that's something that we don't have. We haven't had. I wouldn't go out on a limb to say that he's going to leave camp taking Brian Robinson's spot, but I made the bold prediction that about halfway through the season, he likely will be our RB1 if he comes out and do what I believe that he can do based off what I've seen. He reminds me of a running style like Antonio Gibson. Shifty, can make moves, cut, boom. If the hole ain't there, he got cutback ability. He's able to see things, vision. One thing that we always talk about that B-Rob lacks. It was a run today that he got, and it was kind of like a outside run. He took one step, the whole line shift, and the whole wide open, and he shot it and ran up the middle of the field. So situations like that with B-Rob, he would have followed the pile and got 2 yards. You know what I mean? So, and I said that right then in practice today. So I believe he has that running style that we've been missing and that we've been needing. And I believe that, yes, he will be the starter this year at some point. Now, to say he's going to leave camp, when we was leaving today, people were talking about, man, they talking about like he might take his spot. B-Rob might get cut, all this and that. First of all, B-Rob is not getting cut. I don't think what I mean? If he is no longer with the team, they're definitely going to try to trade him. You know what I mean? He's 1 year left on the rookie deal. Somebody will take him for a 6 or a 7 or something like that. I don't know. But he won't be cut. If he doesn't end up being RB1, I definitely see him being a great compliment to Robinson, and it'll be a 1-2 punch. And like I was telling Reedy, it's not to kick Eckler out the way. Eckler just can't take that beating no more, for real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not smart. So allow Eckler to be the third down back, passing down back, and you can mix it up with Bill. So he's gonna, like I've been saying all year, he's definitely gonna shake that running back room. And I see a guy like Rodriguez or McNichols being on the practice squad.
And it's not even the fact of saying that. Well, let me rephrase that. It's the way that they look. I'm not saying that they're this backfield, but you look at how Detroit is with Gibbs and Montgomery. They could, if they can produce just half of that, that could open up the whole entire offense. And just like how you said with Austin Eckler, at this point, I just have Eckler as like my receiving back. Because at this point, I mean, dude, you are getting up there in age, but you also are you can still be dynamic in this offense. And I just feel like you don't have to necessarily be the number one guy. I just need you to go ahead and when we putting in these packages, hey, if I need you to go ahead, if I know that this is a stuff to run type situation, I just need you, Brian, get over here. I just need you to get 2 yards. That's it. I need you to just do your job. Ja'Cory, I need you to go ahead and be shifty in this situation right here. I need you. I need to open up this offense, and if he just does, I'm not even saying that he's got to be how Alfred Morris was his rookie year. Dude, I just need you to do your job. We already got a stud in the backfield with you. I just need you to just do what I asked you to do, and that's it. You don't even have to be special at this point. We just saying that because we're fans and and we think that he's gonna be special. But no, I mean, but the whole entire outlook on this whole entire position group is just it's a lot.
And
Which
I
brings
think,
me to the next topic that I want to ask you guys about.
hold on one second, Herb. I'm sorry, but I just want to get this out real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
So I think it's going to be key to how Cliff utilizes these backs, because you don't want to get in a situation where you're keying to the defense that they know, okay, Brian Robinson is in the game, we're going to run the football. Okay, Austin Eckler, okay, he's the passing, back, he's in. So you got to kind of mix it up, mix and match. Like you got to give all of them carries. I do think that Bill is going to be very dynamic. He's going to be your home run hitter. And I can see him maybe getting like maybe 10 carries a game. That's a modest amount of carries. If we can get B Rob 15 to 20 carries a game, I think we're doing good. I do agree with Z. I do think that Austin Eckler doesn't need to get a ton of carries. He needs to be more in that back out of the backfield, like in the pass
down back
situation. Because like people want to say he's getting old, but from my eyes, what my eyes is telling me is from what I've seen on that grass, he still got something. Like he is like catching the ball, getting out of there. He's open. He's getting yardage, and you're going to need that, like that escape ability, that escape blanket for Jaden. Sometimes when it breaks down and that first, second, third read ain't dead, and you got to hit that check down. You know what I'm saying? So like we definitely need him. And also in the screen game, I feel like this is going to be a very good screen team.
Oh man,
overall, just all across the board between your wide receivers and your running backs. Like, and to mention, they haven't even really ran tight end screens like that. I feel like this is a year for like a Ben Sinnott or somebody, or even Yankov. Yankov looked like he had some speed today. Maybe get him some tight end screens or some tunnel screens, something. They're going to throw a lot of bubbles to Debo, and they even threw a bubble to Noah Brown today. I'm like, you throw a bubble to Noah Brown? That's crazy.
Okay. Well, I mean, and since you
Noah.
since you bring up different positions, the next topic I wanted to bring up to you guys, out of everything in training camp that we've seen thus far, what position battles do you think is probably that's intrigued you the most? Because when I look at it, I'm looking at the wide receiver group, and I'm seeing as far as like it's after Noah Brown, we already know Terry, we know Debo, we know Noah Brown. After that, it's literally anybody could be on this list. You could have Ja'Cory on there. You could have what's the name? You could have Luke come in there and do something. You could have Osborne do something. You could have it's literally just it's wide open, pun intended. So I mean, it's just like that one intrigues me the most because I really do want to know after Noah Brown what else is going to happen as far as with these guys. So I wanted to ask what do you guys what position battles have intrigued you the most so far in training camp?
Um, I'm gonna step off a little different on this one and say the third string quarterback for the simple fact Josh Johnson been getting a lot of reps. Him and Sam Hartman been getting a lot of reps, and Marcus Mariota hasn't been in sight the last two to three practices.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, no, he was there Sunday, but the last two practices he hasn't been out there.
He was there for individual, not team.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, like, what are they doing that intentionally to figure out this number 3 situation, which could be the case. I mean, because even when we signed Josh Johnson, I'm like, why? We have, Sam Hartman to be that third guy. So it's a little intriguing because it's like, what's going there? There's a lot of questions around that. I think today Sam Hartman had a great day outside of a pick that he threw across the middle to Cam Madrano. And Josh Johnson was the one that threw the touchdown to Kaz Allen on the wheel route. And he had a few good throws as well. So both of them are doing well. I mean, I guess they're trying to figure it out, but it definitely intrigues me.
Reedy?
I mean, I don't really know if it's a true battle, per se. But I'm going to piggyback off you, Herb, and say the wide receivers. But I don't understand like why people are saying like it's a lock for Noah Brown to be the third receiver. I think Noah Brown has an opportunity to probably play himself into the third receiver, but I don't think that he's just that good that we can not say that somebody else could come on and take that spot, because like you said, you got, and I'm not saying that they are, but I'm just saying, I'm just, devil's advocate. You got Strachan, you got Moore, you got Ja'Cory Brooks, you got Lane, you got guys that are out there making plays. I haven't really seen Noah Brown. Like he hasn't really flashed. Like today, like when I said they threw the bubble to him, they gave him a 9 ball, and it was out. He couldn't get to it, and then they came back that very next play and threw him a bubble. That's all I've really seen from Noah Brown. Now, if we're gonna get excited about some routes on air stuff, then okay. But show me what you're doing in 7-on-7. Show me what you're doing on 11-on-11, and I haven't seen it. So I'm not gonna say he's the number 3. Then you talk about the running back position. I mean, is it really a battle? I don't think so. Cornerback position, is it really a battle? Maybe on the back end of the, of the secondary, it's a battle. But for the most part, we know it's going to be Trey. We know it's going to be Lattimore. We know it's going to be Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Linebacker situation, it's going to be Louisville. It's going to be Vaughn. It's going to be Bobby. You know what I'm saying? And so
even McGee.
A real battle, like a battle, like for first team reps. I don't really see it. I see it maybe like on those, those later, second, third team
depth chart
battle a little bit. But I think who we are kind of thinking is going to make the roster is really going to make the roster. You know what I'm saying? It's not really. Well, I can't say that yet because we still got to play the preseason. So I'll hold off on that. But right now, as it speaks, it's really not a true battle. Besides, really like Z said, that quarterback position. And then those filler guys on after Debo, and if you want to say Noah Brown's a number 3, so for your 4, 5, and 6, because they're probably going to keep 6. You know what I'm saying? That's the only real battle I see.
Yeah, because I think it's gonna be real, and not to take anything away from Noah, is because we still haven't heard anything about this injury that took place. I mean, at this point, I'm starting to think that he just tweaked himself, or did he pull a Paul Pierce and he had to go take a dump, and they just say, hey, he's like, hey, carry me to the back end, because we've heard nothing about his injury whatsoever, and he still looks like he's able to move around or something like that. So I mean that's why I'm just like, man, I think Noah's going to be fine. But yes, to go in and just piggyback on what you're saying, Reedy. I mean, it's pretty wide open for it because I mean the way that Jalen, what's his name, Lane looked pretty good the last few days. I mean, and then you look at Ja'Cory, who's been playing pretty decent. And I mean, but if they actually have some guys catching the ball, maybe things
But
will work out.
the crazy thing is, Ja'Cory Brooks is running with the ones.
And that's
That's
crazy.
the crazy. And I undrafted guy, Jaden Daniels, is throwing in the ball. Like Lewis told us last night, he likes him a lot and he trusts him. So, can we really say that Noah Brown is the number 3? Because he played last year. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, or
that's something that even when we started talking about these receivers over the offseason, and I was going off and talking about how we didn't have enough in that room. Like, why is Noah Brown stamped? Why are we so high on Michael Gallup, a guy that hasn't really played? I mean, who are these guys? And I kept saying we need more depth there. And I mean, so yeah, you look at that situation, like Rudy said, he's definitely out there with the ones. He's been out there with the ones since early in training camp. The first day of camp, he was damn near the day one MVP.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns. I think he said they had like 7 catches or something like that, something crazy. So he been hooping, but I mean, and I mean, he's human. I seen, yesterday he had a few drops, and I mean, he's trying to get it together, but like you say, in the same sense where Jaden has a lot of influence, with this team, because even one time before I heard some rumors that Jaden wasn't big on Jahan Dotson, you know what I mean, so that could be potentially one of the things why it was so easy to let him go. So
I mean, not
never
to
know.
mention he didn't produce anything last year until he showed up in the playoffs. I mean,
Yeah.
what I mean, but speaking of showing up, where the hell is Johnny Newton?
We saw him today.
Because I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing they've been saying that he's doing well. And I mean, they have a lot planned for him. But like you said, yesterday was the one day that you had pads, and then today they didn't have pads again. Tomorrow they're off. So I think they probably gonna ramp it back up come Thursday or Friday. So, I mean, we still kind of early on. And then, when you don't really have a pass, you can't but rush with so much. But I think he's fine. He looks good. I think he'll be all right. I haven't heard anything bad about him, but I also haven't heard much about, any other the D lineman for real. There haven't really been much talks going around about who's doing what, other than the story that they keep pushing with, Von Miller. But that's mainly been it.
Really?
I mean, I just think it's still early. We're what? This is day 5. I mean,
day 6, yeah.
I mean, just because they're not necessarily calling your name, that don't mean that you're not, where you're supposed to be, or because you don't have any splash plays. At the end of the day, he's a defensive tackle. Like your job is to occupy bodies.
Space,
like,
yeah.
If we're being like true honest of what that position is, yeah, they can get to the pass rusher, they can cause havoc, but they're not supposed to make plays for real. Like if we're like when football was created, like the defensive tackle position, that was not one of those positions.
It's a space eater. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. You know what I'm saying? Like you're taking on blocks so your linebackers can flow free. You know what I mean? So I mean, I think we still got time. I think I think he'll be fine. I haven't heard anything negative from the media that's out there, and the people that we're talking to. Our sources and stuff, things of that nature. When we're out there, we're having conversations with the the media that's that covers this team every day. Every media person that I talk to out there hasn't given me any inclination that there's something going on with him. So I would just say, I don't want to say pump the brakes, but I'm just saying like he'll show himself. Like Payne, we can say the same thing about Payne. Like Haven't heard anything about Payne, but I see every time I see Payne, he's working. He's working hard. Like in the individual drills, he's working hard. He's getting pushed. His get off is much faster. Von Miller, the same thing. He hasn't made any splash things. We haven't heard a whole bunch about him. Nobody really on the defensive line now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything at all.
Other than Von Miller's story, they haven't really said much about the D line. And I mean, they, like you said, they've been talking about how hard Payne's been working, but that's a story that reporters are specifically asking Dan about. He's in the contract year, so they, creating. So,
yeah. Well, guys, I like I said before the show, I don't want to hold you guys up because I mean, guys, at the end of the day, we at 40 or over, and we got lives. So, guys, be sure to just tell us where we can find you.
Go ahead, Reedy.
You can find us on all social media platforms: Instagram, X, YouTube, Facebook at reedieandzee. That's at REEDIEANDZEE.
Okay, guys. As always, be sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell us what you thought about some of the takes in the comment section. And as always, guys, keep that left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders.
Peace. Bro.
Yo, you made it to the end of Off the Bench. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Man, look, it ain't gonna cost you that much. It ain't gonna cost you anything at all. Just press that like, that share, and subscribe. Help a brother out, man.